Tell us about some of the family reunions that you used to host at your house.
Well, I think it was close to 35 years that we did that. The 43 years we lived on Garfield Avenue. And I enjoyed that so much. It was a chance for the extended family to get together.
Tell us about the trip from Rockford, Illinois to Washington, D.C. and New York City with 6 kids in a station wagon.
Well, it was pretty exciting to get to go to the New York World's Fair. I think that was 1934. No, it couldn't have been 1934. That was the World's Fair in Chicago when, again, my great aunt and uncle in Salt Lake City, the ones who sent us the comic strips, they said to my parents, we're too old to go to the World's Fair, but we're going to send you, I don't know, some money so that you can take the family to the World's Fair. So I think that was 1934.
Well, how about 1965?
Well, so in our station wagon, our powder blue Chrysler station wagon, I think it was, we put a twin bed mattress in the back, I believe. I guess we did when we went to New York City. I'm not sure. We used to use that when we would go over to Sterling, Illinois from Cedar Rapids. But anyway, we saw, pretty amazing things at the World's Fair in New York City, and we went to the Statue of Liberty, I believe, and we were able to walk around in the crown, the Statue of Liberty, and they closed it a couple years after that. But we saw a lot of things, and it was really a nice trip. Then we decided we would drive down to Washington, D.C. In those days, they even let you go through the White House, and the White House was quite, well, I wouldn't say bare, but it was almost like an upper middle class home the way it was furnished in those days. But then later, of course, I don't know, it might have been when Jackie Kennedy and John Kennedy moved in that she fancied it up a bit rather than having it pretty much plain. But and while we were in Washington, D.C., I needed to be home and work as a counselor in a summer school for the Rockford grade school kids. So Tom and I flew home, and Don got to drive back to Rockford with 5 kids in the station wagon. So I missed out on that fun.
What caused you to move to Plano?
We had lived in Rockford, Illinois for 50 years and belonged to the Cathedral of St. Peter for 49 years. Had lots of friends in Rockford, and it was really hard to move. We had to make that decision. We had lived in the same historic home for 43 years, enjoyed having family reunions, the whole extended family, for probably about 35 of those years. And Don just loved that home. I liked it too, but he had a lot of heart problems, and so our daughters were very caring and considerate, but they all lived, the 3 of them, 2 to 5 hours away, so when Don would have some emergency, they would come, but they couldn't be there in 15 minutes like our sons are here in, have been here in Plano. So I think it was 2010 at Christmas time, we decided we would all go on a family cruise. And a couple days before we were to leave, Don was out clearing the sidewalk with ice and snow, and he slipped and fell. And he was on Coumadin at the time, a blood thinner, and he had massive internal bleeding, and ended up, he was so weak the next morning he couldn't even get out of bed. So he was at Rockford Memorial Hospital 4 days. He had 4 blood transfusions, 2 units of plasma, and spent 2 weeks at Von Mater Rehab Center. And we told the whole family we wanted them to still go ahead on the cruise, and they all did except John. He disobeyed. He came and stayed with us. So anyway, then the next Christmas, when we came to Plano, like we frequently did just about every Christmas, and I said that I would like to move to Plano, Texas, where I'd like to spend more time with family in the last years of my life. And Don wasn't very interested, but we did go look at Preston Place, and I liked it a lot. As soon as we left Preston Place, Don started talking about cars, and didn't seem much interested in the move, but he knew that I really wanted to move, so he agreed, I think probably believing it would never come off, because he certainly knew he wasn't going to do anything to promote it, nor did he do anything to hinder it either, for that matter. So we moved to Plano, Texas in March of 2012, March 1st. Well, actually we came on February, and we stayed 4 days with Kathy and Tom, and then we came to Preston Place about March 1st, 2012, and it's a wonderful place to live, and Don liked living here too, liked being close to family, and getting to know the grandkids better here, and he liked the friendships too. And our church is close by. It's a very welcoming parish, Prince of Peace. It's only 7/10 of a mile away. So, life is good.
What message do you have for each of your children that you would want them to always keep in mind?
Well, first of all, I think they're all adult enough to know what's important in life. So Barb, just continue to wash your ears every day, and Rick, be sure you take your dog for a walk every day. And Pat, make sure you continue to get up at 4:30 every single day. That's important, you know, you got to catch that train. And Carol, I don't know, I understand your home is available now whenever anybody wants to have a surprise party for some member of their family. That sounds like it would be fun, for them anyway. And John, keep on traveling, you know, it's so much fun. Need 1,000,000 miles a year. And Tom, the same for you, and keep on being a good father. At least we'll have one that's true rather than a bunch of baloney, huh?
Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, yes, I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for the kind of parents I had, grandmother, and the values that were emphasized by my parents and my grandmother. And I certainly had a good education. Technology was definitely omitted, but anyway, I enjoyed my career as a teacher and as a counselor, and I was thankful for 31 years in the Rockford public school system. Made lots of friends there, and have lots of good memories. And I enjoyed the volunteer work I did after I retired, and again made a lot of friends. And so I'm thankful today, when I'm 88 years old, that I still have fairly good eyesight, and I have pretty good health for an 88-year-old, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful I don't have any money worries at this stage in my life, because I certainly know what it's like to not have any money, or at least very little. But I've had a lot of blessings.